Hey guys, welcome to the Lemix Lab, the lab where we make birds out of penguins. So today we are gonna be doing how to tank like an absolute boss, how to tank like an absolute beast boss of a beast boss, how to do speed runs, how to tank really fast, how to be a better tank. Now before we start, let's just quickly go through the gear. So in my opinion, you don't need the bind on account gear to be a fast tank. When you're a fast tank, you are just fast. It's your gameplay rather than your gear. But the bind on account gear does help a lot. And it helps you go faster because the bind on account gear just gives you heaps of HP, gives you like more damage so you can kill things faster, and that makes it easier on your healer as well. Another thing is I use the enchant elemental force on my weapon because it gives you like this sudden burst every now and then, so you yourself can burst down targets almost yourself. Like usually as a tank you're going to be doing the most DPS in every single run, and that's good. That's what we want. We want tanks that can do the damage. Bring the damage from Gonzalez, eh? I don't know who Gonzalez is, but if I seen him, I'll buy him a bird. But he better take care of that bird, because that's my bird, you know what I'm saying? Alright, now down to the actual tanking. The key is to keep moving as much as possible. Stopping is bad. Stopping is the enemy. The idea is you want to, as much as possible, ideally if this could happen, which usually it won't happen because some things you have to fight, you have to stand still, you know, like bosses, you can't go to the next place because the damn gate is closed till you kill the boss. So, but ideally if you could, you would just grab mobs and you just run all the way to the end, and hopefully while you're running everything just magically dies. That would be the fastest because you're actually, it's like a running race. Try to get to the end of the instance as fast as possible. So these things I'm going to share with you now all contribute to that aim, making you therefore one of the bestest tanks you ever seen. One of the fastest tanks Manhattan's ever had the privilege of hosting at their balls. Okay, you got it. Okay, let's get into it. So one thing that's going to help you be faster is do not loot anything. If you have bind on account gear, that means you have like main characters. All the looting you would do is pointless because your main character can make like 10 times the money in 2 seconds. So don't loot anything. And as good DPSs and good healers, hopefully they won't loot anything either, so then everyone moves fast together. The next thing is just get sufficient aggro on the mobs, and then wait for them to get, you know, a bit of damage done to them, and then start moving to the new mobs, the new bunch, to grab them before those ones that you're doing are even dead yet. Because as you run to the next batch, the DPS will still be DPSing on the move, so they can die as you keep moving. So remember, keep moving as much as possible. And what helps in this is make sure if you're at the tank that you use your AoE, your area of effect, to get all the aggro. You don't want like one mob like on your healer and stuff, and then he's dying and he starts healing himself instead of you, then you get low. If you guys die ever, if you wipe ever, your speed run is finished. Like you would have wasted too much time. So do your part and like just make sure you get all aggro, so then the healer only has to heal you. Also know your limits. Don't go so far past the healer that you take too much damage and you're gonna die. There are certain tanking classes that have like AoE slows, so they can kite like 99,000 mobs and they will not take a single bit of damage, but some tanks don't have that, so just know your limits, don't go too far past the healer. The next thing is know your healer's capacity. Like, you kind of judge them on the first pull, the first pull of like 3 or 4 minions and see how well he's healing you. Then, when you know how good or bad he is, or she is, don't grab more than they can heal. So if you know with 4 mobs they kind of struggle to keep you up, don't go grab 6 or 8 mobs or whatever, or don't grab 4 mobs and a boss. So that when the healer isn't that good or can't keep you up, it does decrease the run, because in my opinion the speed of the run is based on like the tank and the healer, because if the healer can keep the tank up, the tank gets all the aggro, so you're not going to wipe. Of course it helps if the DPS are all good and fast as well, but those two are like the most significant in my opinion for as far as the speed run is concerned. So yeah, don't grab more than they can heal. So yeah, as I was saying, the monks and death knights in particular, they have like this AoE slow ability, so even if you had like a billion mobs that didn't have ranged abilities and they're all chasing you, you can just slow them. You have this AoE slow, they will never catch you, so you can literally get the aggro, keep running. They're so slow they'll never touch you while your team kills them on the move. So with a monk and death knight in particular, those runs go really fast because they can do things that a druid and a paladin can't do. I might be forgetting another tank, I don't know, but yeah, they can just run and slow things, and you can go much faster with those. Another simple thing is, don't stand next to a mob until it's dead. You walk to the next thing before it dies, so because the DPS can finish it off, you don't have to stay there until the last bit of HP, you know what I mean? Unless you have like a quest item you need to pick up, that might be like, that's the only exception for you to be looting things. Another thing is beware of line of sight. Sometimes there's like steps or something, and if you line of sight your healer, you could die or take too much damage that you can't come back from, and then you're going to die, and then you're going to wipe. Or even if you're dead and they don't die, everyone has to wait for you to get rezzed, and then the whole run has been slowed. And the whole point of speed runs is like, you're trying to level fast, so any time wasting, then ultimately you're leveling slower. Do you want to get to level 100? Yeah, that's what I thought. Don't die. Don't line of sight the healer. The power's in your hands. Another tip is, as a generous tank that is a master of his field, when you're tanking, every now and then, just look behind you, see if there's like if there's a new pack of mobs that got aggroed by one of your teammates and now you have to go pick them up. Just stay on top of that stuff as well, because even if it's their fault, you guys are a team. You gotta look out for your people. If they die, you guys wipe. It's a slow run, so like, just, you know, it's like your responsibility as a tank. You gotta go beyond your limits. Make sure everybody's cool. Also, when you get sufficient aggro on a bunch of mobs, you can kill them as you run. So you do this weird, like, you jump and turn around and attack them while you're midair, so you don't actually stop moving forward. Yeah, something like that. Like, you can kill them, like you can basically contribute to the DPS while running as a tank. Yeah. Now if you're going way too fast and your teammates aren't keeping up, then pause every now and then. Maybe you've got like 4 mobs on you, then just sit there with them. Don't keep moving on. Like, you've got sufficient aggro, but don't worry, just stay there, wait till everyone catches up, and then then before they die, move on to the next bit. Now if your healer is like the proest healer ever, then use your more offensive spells to kill things faster, rather than doing the standard like damage reduction rotation. Like, for example, a tank druid, part of their rotation is to use this thing that reduces damage by like 20%, something like that. but that costs like a lot of rage, which you could have used to do some damage instead. So if your heal is really good, then you don't need to use that and you can do more damage, i.e. kill things faster, i.e. level faster, i.e. get to 100 faster. And then you can kill dragons and whatever the hell you want to do. The next step is you can, depending on which boss it is and how they work, you can drag a boss to the next place that you're meant to go. So you get the boss and you're attacking him and everyone's attacking him, but you're slowly dragging him to like the door that's going to open when that boss dies. So then you're killing the boss, but you're also moving, like basically you're going faster because you did the run that you would have did anyway, but this is like you ran while you killed him, so you wasted no time, you just gained time. You feel me? Alright, so you want to get to the end as fast as possible, right? So it's better to avoid mobs. Just skip whatever you can skip, because in my opinion, I didn't math it out or anything, but the XP you get for completing a dungeon is what you're really after. So don't like skip as many mobs you can. Like don't fight them and be like, oh, I'm getting XP. No, you gotta get to the end and complete the dungeon as fast as possible. So avoid what you can avoid, but as a tank, you check out the mobs that are really close to your running path, and then you determine whether I think that my hunter in the group is going to pull them because his pet runs a bit to the side of him. So like with those, I personally would just grab them and kill them. I'd rather kill them rather than being like so far ahead of the group, then they get aggro. So now I've pulled an extra 4 and they're dealing with it with another 4 mobs back there. So then, you know, one of you might die, you might have to res someone, potentially wasting time. So in those situations, I just kill the things. I just do. And lastly, as a super good beast of a tank, a tank that can roast the most, toast. Thank your group when you're done. And also, if you can, try to keep track of the quests that you guys have. So if people are meant to loot 3 of something, just check it out and be like, hey you, Casper, you didn't loot, make sure you loot the crocodiles, buddy. So like, you're like the godfather of the group. You're like the dad. Or you're even like the mom. You take care of the group. You take care of all of them. Not only do you go fast, you set the pace, but you make sure everybody's cool. Then at the end, you thank them. Even if you have an ego problem like me sometimes and you think, oh, look, I did most of the work, so why should I thank the group? No. Thank them because they helped. It was a team effort. And yeah, it's good to kick the crap out of our egos every now and then. So those were my tips and things that I've found that worked for me and stuff to be a fast, super beast, super fast ninja kimono of rapid penguin rapid fire. Someone sneezed in the background, but it's all good. I mean, that's life, you know? You can't be controlling and be like, hey, everybody be quiet and making a video. It ain't gonna happen that way. Yeah, you feel me? We're talking about the real deal here. It's not just about tank. So hopefully you guys found this video to be helpful to you. If you guys found it to be of value to you, then please subscribe and give the video a like if you liked it. If you don't like it, don't like it. Alright? But if you liked it then. Anyways guys, stay cool. I'm gonna make up some things that I'm gonna pretend I always say at the end, but I never say them. So be cool. Stay in school. Play school. Yeah, peace. Check it out. Number 4 hit single. To the beach, y'all. Alright. See you later.